Holy guacamole!
Earthbound podcast.
Hello and welcome back to The Freak. Episode
We're just the
36.
freak now.
It gets simplified each time.
So we'll be the.
We might just be
E.
Yeah. Not H.
And then we're gonna be.
What if we're just he?
Yeah. He.
What if we're ear?
What if we're.
We could be. Never know. Yeah, sorry, I also had to verify we are indeed on 36, which is an impressive feat.
That's like half a year.
A little more than that, but yeah.
Yeah, that's like a whole year.
Dude, I haven't seen you for a whole year. Dude, I haven't showered in a whole year.
Dude.
Yeah. Anyway. How are you doing today, man? It's Wednesday.
Yeah.
Typical Wednesday night.
Unrelated though, I'll tell you about my President's Day though.
Oh yeah, your President's Day. Yeah. How do you feel about President's Day, man? Did you get off from work today?
Yeah. Today? Why would I get off today? It's Wednesday.
I mean, on President's Day. Last Monday, which was in fact President's Day, which is not today. Because today is February 19th, which is in fact a Wednesday.
Which is the Wednesday, which is the day that we are recording and releasing this episode of the Earthbound podcast.
Yes, because we always do these on Wednesdays. It's same day.
Yeah,
it's
same
fast
day.
process. You just get them out. But yeah, did you actually get off on President's Day?
I did.
What? You're not a federal employee?
I'm not, but it's just my office was closed.
For President's Day? They just want an excuse to not work.
I don't know what to tell you.
They want an excuse to not work. You know, I always have to work on President's Day.
Did you work on President's Day?
Yes. Actually, I always have worked on President's Day. I've never had a job that's let me not work on President's Day. Unless I have a disease that's killing me.
You have the bone rot disease?
I would hope not. Personally, I don't know. I don't think my bones are rotting. My bones are actually really strong. I've never broken a bone.
Have you checked if you have the bone rot disease?
Well, they seem pretty intact. How do I know? How do I check?
You gotta look at your bones.
I'm looking at them, man. They don't seem like they're melting or anything.
Well, no, it's not a bone melt, is it? That's a different thing.
They're not rotting. My bones are not rotting. I can tell you that much. I have never broken a bone, but you have.
Yeah, I have.
You have a metal rod in your arm.
I do. That is true. That is true in real lore.
So you're basically a cyborg.
Have I talked about it on the Earthbound podcast?
No, but you're a cyborg.
Yeah, I am a cyborg. Much. That is true in real lore.
How did you break it?
You're gonna make fun of me if I say.
I'm gonna make fun of you either way, because you broke. Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, that's pretty stupid.
It was when I was really young. I think it was like 2nd or 3rd grade.
So a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, wait. So am I old or am I young?
Sorry, I mean 53 years ago.
Yeah. So I was in 2nd or 3rd grade, and I remember there was a day where we were supposed to have outdoor recess, but because it was raining, we had indoor recess.
Sounds awesome.
It was raining.
Sounds like a winner.
Yeah. Indoor recess was all right, except for the time during indoor recess that I broke a bone.
Yeah. So how did that happen?
Yeah. So we were just hanging out in the classroom, and I remember it was me and one other person who I don't remember the context. It was like we were essentially playing tag, but it was
Oh,
like inside. And
yeah.
at one, it wasn't tag. It was like a version of tags that was like cops and robbers. Like one person was the
Mm-hmm.
robber, one person was cop, or Minecraft cops versus robbers.
Minecraft Cops and
Uh,
Robbers.
yeah. So we were running around doing that, and I remember I was like the robber, and was like, "You'll never catch me, copper!" And so I ran away, ran past some desk, and I went to go jump over like a lunch crate, which was essentially just like, which was essentially like glorified like hamper basket.
Yeah.
And so, but of my foot got caught on the edge of it. I tripped over it, and I fell on the floor, which was essentially like a thick slab of concrete,
Mm-hmm.
with like a super thin bit of carpeting on top of it. And
Yeah.
so I tripped, fell. My arm felt weird. I looked at it, and I was like, "Oh, it is bent in two different ways."
Wait, so
And
like,
then
was it because did you try to like catch yourself as you fell?
I don't. I think I don't know. I don't remember. All I remember was I tripped. I tripped. I was on my stomach. My arm felt weird. I looked at it, and then pain immediately hit the second I looked at it.
Yeah. Because I mean, I just know like like, especially at this when I learned like acting class and stuff. It's like if you like when you try to catch yourself and you fall, you're actually kind of putting yourself in more danger. Like if you just reach your arms out like really plainly to try and like catch yourself, that can literally just break your arms really easily. You have to like know how to
I
fall.
must though. Like I said, I don't. It's been so long. I straight up just don't remember.
Yeah,
So I must have. Otherwise, like
or
how else
something,
would I have broken my arm?
something. Yeah, or maybe you just didn't catch your. You just ragdolled and you just like fell on your arm or something, and you're like 400 pounds.
Maybe.
That would probably break it.
Yeah. But yeah, so I had to go. This is a part of a story that I tell, and I'm always like thinking like, the school couldn't call an ambulance for me. They had to call my dad,
Why
who
could the school not?
I don't remember. I don't remember the reasoning that they give, but it was essentially like they I don't remember if it was like they couldn't afford it or if it was like like a health thing. I don't remember, but it was like they had to call my dad. My dad had to leave work, pick me up. The only assist they could give was that they could walk me out in like a wheelchair. So, and I was sitting in my dad's
A
car.
wheelchair for your broken arm.
Yeah, exactly. To be fair, I think I was literally in so much shock at the broken arm that I literally couldn't walk.
Oh,
So
yeah.
yeah, so but I was sitting in my dad's car as he drove me to the hospital. We got to the emergency room. They took care of it. They set it back in place. The most painful thing in my life.
Uh huh.
Uh, put a cast over it. And I think it was, I don't remember how many months it was that I had to deal with the cast. But essentially, at one point, they were like, okay, so it's in the cast, but it's not setting right. We have to do surgery and put like a metal rod in your arm.
Uh huh.
And so went through surgery. They put a metal rod in my arm. I have a scar on my arm now and a metal rod forever in there.
And they're not going to take it out ever.
No, they essentially the point is that the bone grew around it.
Oh, I
Yeah,
was
so
wondering
it's
like
still in there.
I was wondering if that like makes you stronger. Like when you punch someone, is that going to like make it like firmer because you have metal in there?
Maybe I don't know.
Oh,
I have never punched someone since I got it.
yeah. Well, what you've never punched? What do you mean you've never punched someone since you were in second grade?
I don't go around punching people.
Well, neither do I. But everyone's punched someone in their like everyone's punched someone before.
I mean, I guess.
you've punched someone before since you were in second
Probably.
grade, probably.
Probably. I just don't remember if there was any like serious consequences from it. Like I didn't send them flying across the Atlantic Ocean.
Oh, you never like got into fights behind like your middle school or whatever?
No, because when I was in middle school, I still had the cast on.
Oh wait, what? When you were in middle
Or,
school?
oh wait, no wait, hang
You
on.
were in middle school in second grade?
No, I don't know what I was, because okay, my school was weird because
The
middle
elementary
school
middle
for
school was
me,
mixed?
yeah, I had an elementary middle school mixed, and then it like my high school was only grades 8 through 12.
Grade 8 was high school for you.
Yeah, grade 8 was high school for me.
That's weird.
That's
That's
just
usually
how it
middle school.
was.
Grade 8 is middle school though.
Well, that's just what my high school was. Grades 8 through 12 was my high school, and everything below that to I think it
Dude.
was first grade was middle school. Sorry.
Dude. If I was in high school in 8th grade, I would have been like demolished, I'm pretty sure. I would have been torn to shreds.
Like how so?
The fucking seniors, man, they're all adults and stuff. Except now once you graduate from high school, you look at seniors and they're literally like 3 feet tall, but you know.
Yeah.
Dude, that's honestly wild though, because like at that point when you're about to graduate, you are like a lot. Most of your class is like 18 by that point, but they're still
Yeah.
like 4 feet tall.
It's like they haven't stopped growing yet.
No, they have stopped growing. But they stopped growing at 4 feet.
Yeah, but they're still tiny.
Yeah, because there's like they're putting chemicals in like the air now.
Yeah.
I'm glad someone out there agrees with me. Anyway, let's address the elephant in the room.
What elephant in the room?
I know, man. You said before we started this, you sent a DM to me of something you can talk about.
All right. Yes, that's right. So first off, we should probably talk about today's sponsor, the elephant in the room.
Yep, he's right over there. The elephant.
Yeah. Hey there, elephant. How's it going?
Yeah. I mean, he's been here a couple times, right? He was here last time.
He might have
Wasn't
been
it last time? Because
I think he was on the first episode too, right?
Was he?
Yeah, he was like one of the first members. But then he had to leave because he got more money.
Oh, yeah. I thought you meant he had to leave halfway through to go help his friend like with a technical problem on his computer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
But anyways, thanks Elephant in the Room for sponsoring today's video podcast episode.
Video. It's technically a video.
Yeah, I guess. If you think about it.
Okay, so anyway, the other elephant in the room.
Yeah, there's a second elephant in the room.
The figurative elephant in the room.
Yeah, so I was talking. I guess I talked about you and Josh for a while about this idea because I don't know, as the audience may or may not know, for the audio listeners at home, Deegs and I are pretty big tabletop RPG guys, but we're also pretty big D&D guys.
More or less.
More or less. I know you're not the biggest fan of D&D just because of how, I guess, overplayed it is.
Yeah, I don't actually. Okay, I've made it sound like I hate D&D. I enjoy D&D. It's just that it's overplayed, and people should play other systems too.
Yeah,
but
yeah, I feel that.
However,
an idea we've been kind of tinkering with and have talked about doing occasionally is doing like a one shot, especially for Josh, since he said he's always wanted to get into it. But
he's never really done an RPG.
Didn't he say he had like a D&D club that he tried doing, but it was like
Uh,
over.
yeah, because like I think he said he like went to like the first meeting of it, and then there were a lot of people, and there was only like one campaign he was really interested in, and that got filled up super fast. So he was like,
Yeah,
"Well, I'm too busy for this anyway." Yeah, and to be fair, he probably is too busy with it from that because
yeah,
he's like too busy to do a lot of things right now. But it's fine. We can help him out a little bit, and I don't know. Hopefully
yeah.
he gets to do that as college like next year or something. But yeah, man. Yeah, Josh does not have the most experience with that. We've played this little game Fiasco with him before. Technically, I played it with him like twice, but
And then I was
yeah,
there for one time.
you were there for the second time. The first time was with Sonic, um,
The hedgehog.
the Hedgehog. He was in fact there. Um, we're good friends, but yeah, that's the extent of I'm pretty sure the extent of Josh's like RPG stuff.
Yeah. And so I think we threw out the idea of doing like a D&D sort of thing. I think we said that it wasn't going to be exactly the same like rules and mechanics
It might
as
be like a later
D&D.
thing. I'm not sure.
Yeah, like it won't be like it'll be like a more role play focused thing, I guess.
Yeah, because that'll just be easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we were talking. I think I literally had an idea like right before the episode started. I was like, Teagues, what if we did like a session zero kind of thing where we just like throw out ideas and for like
Yeah,
character
man.
creation?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Um. So like, I mean, we haven't like decided upon much like at all for how we doing this. So we're just kind of like
Oh yeah.
improvising on the spot. Because like
Yeah.
what like if regardless of like system, what is like the kind of like game that we're trying to do, like the setting or like you know
I
world
guess
or all that.
for just like very basic, we could do like because
We can just do like a fantasy thing.
yeah, yeah, fantasy, aka like Dungeons and Dragons. I think that's like the
Yeah.
easiest thing in terms of just like understanding the idea of what we want to go with.
Yeah, of course. Um, yeah. And like, I don't really know how to tackle like the whole character thing because like, I don't know. Are we actually going with D&D as like a system,
Um, that's a good question. I
or are
imagine
we
we'll
going
do
with a
it
light
as
system?
I imagine it'll be like a light system, but use D&D as like a rubric, like in terms of like
Hmm.
classes. But even then, if there's like something else, like you or him are interested in, like we could just like figure something out with that.
Yeah.
Which wait, I should probably mention like when we were talking about the idea, we were thinking about me doing the like DMing slash GMing
Oh yeah. Yeah. I figured you
because
would probably.
I've got a few Dungeons and Dragons games under my belt. I'm currently running one right
Yeah.
now a with a good friend of ours.
I thought you had friends.
Mm, yeah, just one friend I'm running the game for.
I thought you had like friends
Yeah, well,
other
I'm
friends that
just
you also
talking
played
in
with.
terms of a reference of stuff that we both know. But yeah, I've done it for like a bunch of IRL friends, but then I've also been running it for
You have
a
friends?
previous. I thought you were doing it for friends. You have friends?
What?
What?
Dude, you have
That's
friends?
crazy.
Yeah. Um listen, all we gotta know is that you have done a number of you have
Of
GM'd a
what?
number of campaigns.
Yes, I have.
Primarily in D&D. You've done like a couple other systems, right?
Yeah, I've done a couple other
You
systems.
did Fate, didn't you?
Yes, I did Fate. It was a Pokemon themed campaign.
Yeah. So anyway,
Anyway.
I know where to start, man. I don't know where to start with how we think up like our little premise and characters and stuff here, man.
I guess we'll just start. Like, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of like a D&D character or a fantasy character?
I think, um, uh, fucking, uh, um, book.
Book? So like a wizard? Or just like someone who reads a lot?
All I said was book.
Book? Well, that when you say book in fantasy context, I'm thinking like a wizard with a spell book.
So there's a wizard. He's holding a spell book, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the first word that comes to mind when you think of that?
What, wizard?
Yeah. When I say wizard holding a spell book, say a word. Just any word that comes to mind.
Old.
Okay, so an old wizard, and he is actually the he is the advisor to the king.
Okay.
And one
Uh,
day, he has to tell him about something very
Mhm.
important. He has like a stern look on his face as he says it. What's another word that you think of?
Regal.
Yeah, so somewhere in the royal bloodline, the regal bloodline, he says he's been talking to the Orb, his good friend the Orb, who is actually a guy. The Orb is like the Orb can talk.
Are you the orb?
No. The Orb is just a guy, but no, the Orb. He's been talking. They've been chatting. They're
Can
good
your character
friends.
please be the orb?
Imagine that would be awesome, actually. But
Yeah.
he's been chatting with his good friend, the Orb, and he thinks that there's a what the fuck? I just got a Steam notification that says the random Joshua is playing Tabletop Simulator.
What?
He said he was busy.
He's busy. You know what he's busy with? He's playing another tabletop RPG.
He's playing his own D&D campaign.
What?
He said he was busy before. He said, "I shall be absent, but I wish you a joyous evening." He was busy. He's busy playing Tabletop Simulator. Doesn't sound very busy to me, buddy. Speaking of people who are busy, I also
he's gonna listen to this episode.
Before you brought up the whole D&D thing, I actually asked Franco if he wanted to come on, and he said that he had to like get up early tomorrow, so no, he can't stay up until like 2 a.m. And so I called him like a freak and to kill himself, but and I also said don't expect another invitation like ever. You missed your chance. But yeah, Josh, if you're listening to this, I expect an answer by Friday. Fucker.
That means you have 2 days to respond.
Yeah, man. We have that one. So, where were we?
So the wizard comes in and he talked to his friend the orb.
Well, the wizard he's informing the king sternly that the Orb has some information. He was talking to his friend, his good friend, the Orb. And the Orb was saying there was a calamity happening in his bloodline. Something very suspicious was happening.
The king is curious as to what the wizard means.
Yeah.
What?
Listen, man, I'm cooking on the spot, man. I'm sure. Let me think of some words, man. I'm just throwing literally anything that comes to mind. He was saying that their pet, the ferret. The royal ferret.
Uh-huh.
Give me a word. Give me any word.
Thermometer.
He loves climate change. He's gonna turn off the temperature of the entire kingdom by 3
The
degrees
royal ferret's
Fahrenheit.
gonna do that?
Yeah, he shows him. He shows the king. And by the way, this is like a very stereotypical like green like foresty kind of kingdom, you know, that you'd see
Yeah.
in like a very stereotypical fantasy work. He shows him. He
With
pulls
like
out the
a
orb.
large,
He
with
pulls
like
out
a
the orb
large
like it's a
spire and a
basketball.
big like flag.
Yeah, the wizard he starts dribbling the orb, and he shows it to him. He holds it up in one hand, and he's like, "Look at this. There's it's the vision of the future, and it's now like a desert with palm trees and shit."
Oh no.
And he's like, "This is what's going to happen. The ferret may not have any signs of doing this yet, but the orb has told me that this is the future. What will you do about it?" And the king starts fucking panicking, dude, and yeah, that's what the king's doing. King's really worried about the ferret.
So the king is like, okay, well, let's go get this ferret, and because it's my son's ferret, and we need to go get it and kill it. And so they go to like the prince's quarters, and then they're like, okay, where's the ferret? And the prince is like, the ferret? I thought you got rid of the ferret.
And then they look at each other.
Yeah, and then the king's like, wait, but I thought you had the ferret. And so then they realize that the ferret's gone missing.
Yeah. The ferret, yeah. And they need to get to the bottom of
And
this.
then, so the king hires 2 brave warriors to go try and track down the ferret before he can enact his terrible scheme of climate change.
Yeah. That sounds awesome, man.
All right, so we've got the premise set up.
Yeah. So, man, but what about the rest of the characters though?
Well, we go into the town, and then there's like a blacksmith, and he's like a dwarf.
I meant like Josh and I.
Oh well, you could do
Because
we could take care of
technically up to
you.
us. But
Yeah.
but I almost want to go after Josh though, because like Josh is the one like who has less experience. I want to give him more options. I like to have the freedom of choice available. I want to have my character be like whatever supports his.
That's fair. But Josh isn't here right now. He's too busy playing Tabletop
Damn it,
Simulator.
he wasn't busy playing Monopoly.
If he wasn't playing Connect 1, we would be able to.
Yeah. Actually, hold on. I opened up Steam. It says he's playing cards in Tabletop Simulator. That's all it says.
He's playing Uno right now.
Yeah. Imagine he's just playing blackjack by
Imagine
himself.
he's playing Solitaire.
He might be playing solitaire. Oh my god, dude. Yeah. Well, I guess since he's not here, I might as well start designing my character.
Yeah, exactly. And we're
'Cause I'm the
expecting a
orb.
lot of we're expecting a lot of fan art from Franco of these amazing characters that
A lot. I expect him to actually when we do this actual thing, I expect him to fully animate like the entire like hour. Yeah, so I'm the orb.
So you're the orb. Any discerning details about you as a character?
I'm an orb except for the quest. I like sprout arms and legs.
All right. Well, what color?
Actually,
orb
no,
are
I'm
you?
not
Are you
the
just-
I'm not the orb. I'm the orb's like nephew. and I have arms and legs, but I'm an orb.
So the only difference between you and the orb is that you're an orb with arms and legs.
Yeah, but also the orb is who's my uncle. He's like very wise. He like has his orb skills of like telling the future and stuff are like very far ahead. And he has like a good wizard friend he's able to work with. I'm still just like learning.
You're
I'm like a
still in
total
orb
slacker
college?
orb who's like still figuring stuff out. Yeah, like I don't know what I'm doing yet as an orb. I don't know what my orb expertise is. I don't know if I'm gonna tell the future. I don't know if I'm like gonna tell. I'm gonna like tell the king who is the fairest of all or whatever.
Yeah, you're undecided in orb college right now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. And do I have to figure out my class, or is that important yet?
I mean, yeah. I mean, we need to know if you're like a magic guy, if you're a punchy guy, if you're a weapon guy, if you're an archer guy.
Oh man. Actually, maybe I should
If you're
save that for Josh. That's the one thing maybe I should save for Josh, because I don't want to force him to do a certain class. You know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we could probably narrow it down to martial, ranged, magical martial, or and magical ranged. We can narrow it down to those four concepts.
There's so many options there. So many ways I could tackle this. Man. Dude, I wonder. I don't even know. Well, I almost want to be like a rogue or something.
Yeah, so we could do. So I imagine you could be like martial or ranged in that case, depending on what type of.
Yeah.
What kind of flavor of rogue are you going with? Or you want to be like a sniper rogue? Do you want to be like a rogue that like backstabs people?
I want to be, yeah. Except I want to backstab people. Instead of backstabbing, I like really stealthily like roll into them like a bowling ball, and they fall over like a big bowling pin.
Yeah, and then they hit their head, and they go, "No wait!" You roll into them, and they trip, and then they break their arm.
Yeah.
And I imagine we could even simplify it even further down to.
You're
I
already
kicked
rolling
something.
dice? Oh, it sounds like dice.
Yeah. I imagine we could simplify like the actual game system with attack, defense, magic, and speed, maybe?
Something like that, yeah. That would make sense. Yeah.
And then we could say it's like +4, +3, +2, and +1, depending on how you want to distribute your character.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I wonder how would magic work? Would like the spells be a little more abstract in what you could like do with them or something?
I imagine so. You could be very abstract in terms of like if it's a summoning spell, or if it's like an actual like you're summoning, like you're creating a lightning bolt or a bit of fire.
Yeah.
I imagine you could go very abstract with it, especially if you have a high magic stat.
Yeah. I want. What about like? Okay, I want to think more about like the setting though. Is it like full fantasy, or do you just also include like random shit? Like people have like iPhones and Skibidi Toilet.
Well, I mean, we've already established the setting of the evil ferret is trying to induce climate change. So I imagine, if not partial fantasy, it at least is partial fantasy because of the one kingdom we established being a very stereotypical.
Yeah. Well,
kingdom.
it's at least partial fantasy, but like, is it just like medieval fantasy, or do you include what other goofy shit do we want to include, man?
We could do like medieval steampunk, I guess. To look, I don't know.
Yeah.
If we want to go really crazy with it, we can have we could just have a kingdom that is just modern day.
It could just be medieval, but like I mean, I'm going to Orb College,
Yeah,
so
I was about to say it's medieval, but there's elements of modern stuff in it
yeah.
that is mainly used for bits. Like, for example, you're going to Orb College.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's just like a regular college you'd see today, but
Yeah,
like it's just in there in medieval times, and it is Orb College. It's for Orbs specifically to know what kind of orb they want to be.
yeah. I think I don't think I want to actually do besides like the four martial range. I don't want to do just, like actual classes besides those. I imagine like
Yeah,
in terms of classes, you can technically make your own.
yeah. I think
So that'll
might
give
as
you guys
well.
more free range in terms of what you want to do.
Yeah, and like the mechanics aren't gonna be too rigid because it's like primarily like a role playing thing.
Yeah,
So like,
and this will be very simple for not only you but also for just Josh because this is going to be
yeah,
essentially his first time playing.
yeah. I mean, I think it is because I don't think he's done D&D, except unless he's doing it right now with
He's done
cards.
role playing. He's done role playing stuff before.
Yeah, a bit. But his first time with D&D, except for him playing cards right now,
Oh yeah,
which might be a card-based D&D system. You never know.
yeah. Do we want to make our system card based,
No,
where you have to
but
shuffle a deck and draw a card, and that's your result?
I'm pretty sure some people have done systems like that. I have seen systems
I,
like that on like
I wouldn't
itch.io
doubt it.
and
I wouldn't
stuff,
doubt it.
but it sounds interesting. Is all I'll say. Um, yeah. Um,
I
so
actually do
that,
really like the very basic system we've already set up. It allows for a lot
yeah,
of
man.
customization.
Yeah.
In terms of like actual like dice rolling moments, what type of die do we want to use?
Oh man. We
Especially
could
because
still
our
just use a
modifiers are
D20.
plus. Yeah, well,
Oh wait,
I
what are our
feel like
modifiers?
our modifiers are +4 to +1. I feel like in
Okay.
that case, a D20 is essentially determining what the result of the roll is already.
Yeah.
So I feel maybe like we could do either like a D10 or a D6.
I think that would be pretty fair. Yeah. Um, Personally, I usually go for D10s.
Yeah.
But I don't know. To be fair, I don't know if Josh has a D10. Wait, no, I think he
Yeah.
has. He has dice. I think Josh said that he picked up a like
Oh yeah, he does. And I was
bag of
gonna
dice or
say,
something.
if he doesn't have any, you could literally just like look up D10 on Google and
That's
just
true.
get
We
a.
we probably we very well might be doing digital anyway. To
Yeah,
be
that's
honest,
true.
I do have dice like at my desk, but I usually just use a website or something.
Yeah.
Um.
So
So
we've got
yeah.
so D10 system.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess in my brain, since the highest you can possibly get is like a 14. I
Mm-hmm.
imagine a 14 is like essentially your critical success.
Yeah, I guess. Well, it was a
But
because
that's
it's
the
a 14
thing.
with like modifiers then.
I would say 11 or higher is considered your critical success.
Yeah, yeah. So like
Essentially,
you need
if
some
you get
kind
a
of like
10 on
modifier.
yeah, if you get a 10 on the dice, that's your critical success.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, I thought you said 11 or higher.
I'm saying 11 or higher because the lowest that you can get if you roll a 10, since the lowest modifier is a +1.
Oh, so wait. So you always have a +1 modifier?
Yeah, since your force stats, attack, defense, magic, speed is like +4, +3, +2, +1. Do we want to change that?
No, I mean,
You
that's
can
fair.
have a
That's fair enough.
yeah.
Oh man, that's fine. That's fair enough.
All right.
I'm trying to think of ideas, man. I'm trying to think of more stuff. What areas have we not explored yet with things to add? Maybe?
I mean, we've done like I guess you get. How about we get like you guys get like 2 racial like abilities.
Ooh. What I Well, what would an orb even get? I get to roll around and stuff. Do I get?
I would.
Do I get to go faster because I roll around?
I was gonna say a fun thing for you was like you can get like a plus. You can get like you can be considered like +4 to your speed for 1 round.
Yeah. Yeah, I can roll around. It's that sounds cool. Oh man, if only Josh was here.
Yeah,
I want to know what we're gonna have to do this next time if he's here next time.
Yeah, well, this is
be
gonna be part 1.
Game of Life next time. He's gonna be busy.
We actually have to make sure that he is here next time.
Or the time after.
Yeah. Well, we don't have to do this like the next. Actually, yeah, I'd say let's do it the next one after.
The next time he is here, we're gonna confront him.
Yeah. So the next Earthbound podcast is going to be we're finishing up character creation, and then the one after is we're going to actually be running this.
That's gonna be the third elephant in the room. Yeah, man.
The third brother.
Yeah, can the elephant in the room be a character?
That's you know what? Oh wait, I've actually made a bit D&D character who was a rogue Loxodon, and his code name was the Elephant in the Room. I think I included him in the game that I'm running for Saren.
Yeah, the elephant. Yeah.
Yeah, let me see if I can find the.
Is he like constantly hidden?
Hang on, I need to find the art I did for him.
Okay, man, you do that. You find your art, real art.
Right, I found it.
It's
this guy.
It's the elephant in the room.
It's the elephant in the room.
Dude, I really like Hero Forge.
Dude, Hero Forge is such an awesome service.
If you did not know, this was made in a website called Hero Forge. Hero Forge is really cool. I actually still unironically use it to design characters, even not even just RPG characters. Like just if I'm doing character design for like anything I'm working on, I'm usually gonna make a concept of them in Hero Forge.
Yeah, it has a lot
not for
of
everything, but for a lot of things, I will do it in that.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, in fact, even for like I have a Blender project I'm working on. Some of the characters I've been designing for my project, I've first designed them there, and then I've like taken screenshots and then sketched them into my style in like a art program to make whole concepts.
I know. Okay, I was gonna say you just answered my question, but I know one thing that you could do is like you can purchase like the actual 3D models of them, and then you could probably import them into like Blender.
Yeah, you can import them into Blender, but I don't purchase those. I just take screenshots and redraw them because I wouldn't want the models themselves.
Yeah,
it would be a lot more work to like edit those into what you'd want. But yeah, it is a cool service. I personally haven't purchased anything from them just because I haven't really felt the need.
Yeah.
The one thing that I would do is probably purchase their like pro subscription so I could use their the kit. Was it the kit mashing tool or whatever it's called? The kit.
We've talked about that before.
Yeah, it is really cool. You can make some crazy stuff. People made like like Rayman or whatever.
Yeah,
I
some
don't
people
think
make
Rayman, but people make
Pac-Man.
Shovel Knight in Pac-Man. Yeah,
I,
it's a very cool tool.
yeah, it's really good. Cool, go check them out. I wish they would sponsor us, dude. That would be awesome. I don't think
Yeah,
do they
that would
do
be interesting.
sponsor stuff?
I
I've never
don't
seen
know, to be
anything where
honest.
they've done promotions and like crossovers with like D&D
Hmm.
stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if they do sponsors. I don't. I'd have to like. I don't watch that like side of YouTube. I guess I don't watch like D&D content creators and stuff like that. So I personally don't know, but it feels like they would. I don't know.
I've watched them and like I said, they've done like promotions and added items from certain D&D stuff
Yeah, I
into
think I've
Hero
seen that.
Forge.
Yeah.
But there hasn't been anything where they're just like this thing was sponsored by Hero Forge. They haven't really done that. It's just they've done like team up. It's Hero Forge. If you do
Yeah.
sponsors, reach out to us.
To us.
Yeah, tell
We will
us.
make Franco buy from you.
Yeah, specifically Franco, who's a guest on the Earthbound podcast.
Yeah, well, what are they going to sponsor like a main channel upload?
Dude, that would be awesome.
It will be, but I don't think I'm going to be honest. I don't think the people watching the main channel are
Oh
big
yeah,
D&D fans. But
dude, could you could you imagine doing like a very serious like this video is sponsored by this, and it's like an actual like full on like well put like super like professional looking like promotion like advertisement, and then it just
Mhm.
cuts over to like yeah,
Yeah,
it's just noise.
yeah, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. But,
Yeah, that would be awesome.
yeah, you have to bring back the elephant in the room for us, or
Yeah,
a
you know
elephant
what?
in the room, not
He's
necessarily the same
yeah,
guy.
he's gonna be an NPC that shows up.
But you
But
can't see
I don't
him
know
until you
why.
address him. He's
Yeah,
invisible until he's addressed.
yeah, he has. That's one of his abilities.
Hmm.
Uh, I don't know why. I'm imagining your guy like as the orb, so like with essentially those like slitted party shades.
Yeah, I have a pair of those. I think they look really cool, but like no one else thinks that.
Yeah, and that's so. It's like, hang on, I need to create a. I want to create a sketch of this guy really quickly.
Yeah, I
It's gonna take me a couple minutes. I'll keep talking, but
yeah,
this is
I
what
don't
I
wear
imagine you're
the
going.
shades all the time, but I do wear them pretty regularly. I put them on a lot whenever I want to feel cool. You
Yeah,
know, and I act like it's a big thing. I act like it's a big moment that I'm putting on the shades, and like I expect everyone to react to it, and they just don't. It's like, oh, he's doing this shades thing again. Those look really fucking stupid, man. And I'm just not listening. I'm not listening. I have the shutter shades.
yeah, because you're an orb.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't have ears. I can hear them, but I don't have ears. So, um, yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine my arms and legs are just like really like are just kind of like sticks.
Oh, I would here. Hang on, I'm almost done with my drawing. I'll show you what I think you look like.
I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see. Um. Oh man, I have like a vague mental image of what I look like. I want to see what you think. What your vision was though.
This is what I think you look like.
Actually, no, I like that. I like that.
I
Yeah,
imagine instead of like those cartoony arms, you just have like really realistic arms, but they're the same
yeah,
like color as your orb body.
yeah, yeah. Dude, what if the older orbs are like the like they're like the dark, very dark, like purple with like the galaxy like pattern inside them.
Yeah, yeah.
And the younger ones are just like a light blue, and they slowly turn to that color as they get older.
You know what? Yeah, I dig that. Hang on, I'm gonna
Yeah.
add color to that.
So I'm like kind of I'm like college age, so I'm like a medium blue, I guess, or like a slightly light blue. Not quite purple yet though.
So like, would you say like a baby blue?
Maybe little bit darker, a little bit darker than baby blue. But eventually it goes to like darker blue and then goes to purple and goes to like dark purple. And you get the galaxy and stuff, and you're like old and wise, and you can
Yeah.
assist the wizard and assist the king. Yeah. That's how it be, man. Yeah.
All right, hang on. I got it.
You got it. You got it.
I got the character art already. Boom.
Yeah, man, that's me. Yeah, they're like really like shitty green colored plastic.
I know. I was like,
shades.
they're either neon pink or neon green. There's no difference.
They're
There's
literally
no
at like
other
they're literally
options.
like dollar store like shutter shades too. Like it's just the cheapest plastic. Yeah,
And
that's
you can
literally me.
Yeah, and you can get rid of your limbs and then just roll around and knock people over.
Yeah. Is it like they contract like into the orb?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine it's
Yeah.
it's like they just pop out of existence and then pop back into existence.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's awesome.
I really like this guy. I know
Yeah,
we're
man,
doing
I'm
it as a
Orb.
bit, but I really do hope you play as this guy. 'Cause it'll be
No, I
really fun.
want to. I want to be the orb.
No, you're not the Orb. You're the Orb's cousin who's still in Orb College.
Well, yeah, but no, I'm not his cousin. I'm his nephew.
Nephew, that's what it was. So
Because he's older. He's the dark purple galaxy orb who assists the royal wizard, who is the advisor to the king.
yeah.
Yeah. And that's the
and
only
then
reason I got the job is because like I'm not actually qualified to do adventuring stuff. The orb was just like, okay, I know you need some like money for like fucking college and
you
shit.
need a chance in this world.
Yeah, I need some work experience as an orb, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
'cause,
so there are two racial abilities. I'm gonna do like 3 class abilities. So for like 5, or is that too limiting?
no, I don't think that's too limiting. No.
Because the thing is, like, I imagine there, like, for like, especially if you want to be like full spellcaster, that's a little.
Yeah.
I feel like you want to be like a little flexible in terms of like the things you can do.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we have the one racial ability that's I roll around and I get some
Yeah. Oh,
additional
true.
speed. What would the other one be though?
Maybe you have advantage on like knowledge checks,
Yeah, perchance.
like things
That would make sense.
pertaining to just various ancient history or just like magical items or magical spells.
Yeah, like arcane type stuff, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have it. You technically have advantage on anything magical.
Yeah, or like a magical like knowledge.
Yeah. Well, I'm fine with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I just remembered you said you want to be a rogue.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be rolling around being like, I know this magic, and you're gonna be like, I'm gonna stab you in the shins.
Because I'm still just a young orb. I'm just like I'm in college. I'm like a slacker. I don't have the orb experience yet. It's like I'm in college, but I'm not. I don't like try that hard. I'm not in all like these special programs with like a 4.0. I have like a 3.4 GPA, and I had a part-time
Ooh.
job at like fucking, I don't know, Applebee's
Orb Costco.
or Costco. Yeah,
Yeah, it's Costco, but only for orbs.
yeah, yeah.
You don't need a
Um,
membership. But you can only get in if you yourself are an orb.
yeah, yeah. But actually, the like the location like closed recently, and like they didn't like me enough to bring me back to a different location. So it's just I just lost my job, and now I'm in need of
That's
more
why.
work.
Got you. So that's why
Yeah,
your uncle is letting you go on this quest.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Right.
I
Um,
know that we're just kind of messing around with this, but I actually really love this so far.
yeah, I want to know now. I want to see what Josh is going to do with this now.
Yeah. God, I can't. Can we like just not say anything to him about this process until he watches the episode and
Yeah.
he's like listening to it. I mean, because like there are for the audio listeners at home, Josh will. Whenever he's not in an episode, he'll listen back and give us like his live reactions to the video as if
Yeah.
he were there, which
Mhm.
I do love. I love it when he does that because
Yeah, man.
it's like when you're catching up on a conversation,
Hmm.
and so I really do love it when he does that. But like I'm so excited to see what he's gonna say about this episode.
Yeah. Yeah. And next time he's on, we're gonna help him develop his own character.
Yeah,
Yeah. Um.
dude, I'm actually so excited for this.
Yeah, actually, dude. Actually, I don't know why. I want to be the slacker orb who like
The
doesn't have it
slacker
figured out
or
yet.
with the yeah, Franco, you can't draw character art until Josh makes his character. Okay,
Yeah, you had to draw them both. You're not
you have
allowed
to
to
draw
yet.
them both.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. Uh.
In my mind, you're like 2 feet tall.
Yeah. No. Exactly. That's I literally am. I am like 2 feet tall. Yeah. Oh. Now I'm trying to like think of more like world building ideas now. Oh man.
We
Is
could do it. Could be like stupid improv stuff because I really
that's
like the
true.
idea
We
of
can do we
orb.
can kind of do the we can yeah. Wait, like do you mean like we'll do building like on the spot when we're there, or like
Yeah, exactly. Because like we
yeah
made Orb Costco up like 5 minutes
we
ago,
have
and I really like that
yeah
idea.
yeah yeah. No, that's like one of my favorite things to do. When doing like an RPG, like usually it's best for one shots, but I've done that also a bit for campaigns. It's like doing actual just player world building, where it's like you literally just say whatever you want. You
Yeah.
just throw out the dumbest ideas and make it into a lore. Yeah. Oh man,
Uh,
it's
in the game that I'm playing with Saren, there is a salesman who's like an interdimensional salesman, but he's kind of an asshole. And so he sells a bunch of stuff. And one of the players was doing like sort of an improv thing where they were like, "Oh yeah, he sold like a bag of holding that had like half of the plane of fire in it." And I was like, I wasn't like that wasn't something that I was thinking he would do, but I absolutely love that, and I'm gonna do it now. Like that's canon,
yeah
absolutely, absolutely. He sold half the plane of fire in a bag of holding and almost
yeah
burned someone's house down.
yeah yeah. I remember one time when I was a kid, I was playing this like one shot where we just ended up doing the world building where it was like it was supposed to be just like a generic fantasy thing, but we ended up just like doing world building. So it was like a bunch of like stores from like our hometown, like the mall near us. We ended up like getting like roller skates and stuff. It was a silly time. I think we were
Yeah.
doing Dungeon World that time, not D&D. I haven't played Dungeon World in a long time though, but Dungeon World
God, yeah.
that had number appearing, which was a special mode. I'm pretty sure you actually that like you can't find it on their website now. You have to look it up some other place. Because I guess the creator didn't like us and they took it down. But it was basically where you play as like monsters in like a little monsters camp, so you can be like a bunch of gnolls and like goblins and stuff. And like
Ooh.
you're the bad guys, and it was like I remember when I did it, it was a very funny game. I was like this really
Yeah,
just
that
angry
sounds like a
gnoll.
fun time.
Yeah, yeah. Um, but yeah, it is cool, man. Um, well, I think we made a lot of progress today, man.
Yeah. Well, we've made some good progress on one of the. Wait, there's one last thing.
Huh?
What's your character's name?
You wanna know my character's name, man?
Yeah.
Wah, 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 wah.